Sure, sure. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, I appreciate you coming up.
All right, thank you.
Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that sort of criteria. List in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria. List in the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 34, my friend. How old are you?
23. Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I think Donald Trump.
Have you been on before?
With you, no. I was talking to Dean. Talked to him twice. You came in one time. I was the guy that you two made fun of Charlie Kirk to.
No, I didn't make fun of Charlie Kirk, but he sang the "We Are Charlie Kirk" song. That's making fun of people who are making their or idealizing, right, to a degree of saying we are this person. So I think that's a distinct thing.
I think you're thinking of a different time. No, like I said, I have it. It's recorded. Dean has it recorded too. No, you guys were blatantly making fun of him.
Like what? Like what did we say?
So, somebody donated money, and then goes, "Here's $5, Dean. Charlie who?" And then Dean goes, "Charlie who? I don't know." Which you're going to try and act like isn't making fun of him, but actually it is.
There are other Charlies, right?
Well, hold on. There's more to it as well. But
did you know? For example, like there's a Charlie that dunked on Andrew Wilson recently.
Yeah, but
so he just didn't know who.
There's more to it. There's more to it. First off, but you know which Charlie we were talking about. He knows because.
No, it was actually a payment, so they don't know which Charlie it was. It could have been Charlie XCX as well.
Excuse me. I let you talk. Hold on. So in the clip, when me and
perfect rage bait, Jennifer, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much, and Lori, thank you for $10.
Buddy, hold on one second, Boba. Young man, in the video of me and Dean, and it's recorded, I mention it's Charlie Kirk multiple times, so he knows I'm talking about Charlie Kirk. You show up late. Are you listening, buddy?
You were, but the payment wasn't.
No, but listen, so he knew I was talking about Charlie. And then after he goes so far, and again, it's recorded, it's on my YouTube short, where he starts going, "Leave Charlie alone. Leave Charlie alone." Look, you're laughing right now about it. That man
that's taken, making
and he
fun
did not
of
need
you.
to be assassinated. I don't know why you support. Well, I know why you support violence, right? You voted for Kamala, you voted for Joe Biden. You clearly
I don't support violence, but you support a guy that called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to not abide by unlawful orders. So, if you want to talk about supporting violence,
don't mute me, young man. Don't mute me. Be brave. I know you can do it.
I'll mute you if I want to. It's my life. You can cry about it if you'd like.
You're scared. It just shows you're scared.
I'm not scared of anything. I just get to speak on my live stream. Why would you mute me?
Why are you afraid of the convo if you're not scared?
I'm not afraid of the convo. I just get to speak whenever I want.
Clearly, you're muting me. I mean, hey, listen. I'll let you talk anytime you want. But you keep muting me.
I won't let you talk.
Trying to cut me off. I know you.
If I don't want you to talk, you won't talk. Hey, dude.
Well,
if you don't crash out on my stream, I'm not going to mute you over and over again. I'm muting you over and over again because you're crashing out on my live stream. Okay? If you stop crashing out, I won't mute you. Okay?
I'm not crashing out right now. I'm being very nice to you. You seem like you're crashing out.
You were just crashing out, and you just changed the tone of your voice because you realized I was calling you out because you were crashing out.
No. Crashing out would be if I started calling you names like you and Dean do. If I started celebrating death like you and Dean do.
Well, I don't
if I started swearing. Excuse me, buddy. Excuse me.
Hey, you lied about me. You said that I celebrated death. I never did that.
Well, you lied about Charlie Kirk. You called him racist. Could you please back that up with one? Could you give me one bullet point to back that up, buddy?
Mm-hmm. He said that we should get rid of the Civil Rights Act. Secondly, he also. Can I please finish? Can I please finish? You're cutting me off. I'm gonna keep going. You're cutting me off. You're scared. You're scared right now by not letting me speak. You're not letting me speak because you're scared. You're not letting me speak because you're scared. You're not letting me speak because you're scared. Stop unmuting yourself. Let me speak because you're scared. You're scared. You're not letting me speak. Okay. So I'm gonna stop cutting me off.
Buddy, hold on.
Hey, stop speaking. Stop speaking.
Let me respond.
No.
Respond.
I will keep muting you.
You're so
I will let you respond when I'm done speaking, okay?
coward. You just gave.
You're the coward not letting me finish. Okay? He also said, okay, he's not going to stop. You're not going to stop, dude. You asked me a question. I'm now answering it, and then you literally won't let me answer it.
You brought up the civil rights. Let me respond to that. I said one, Parker. Be a human being.
I'm gonna finish, and you're gonna let me finish. Okay?
Brave.
I know you've never done that before for anyone in your life, but let me finish.
Be brave.
Please.
Be brave.
Let me finish, please. Okay?
Let me respond to the civil rights comment you made.
Okay, man. Go for it, because you're not gonna stop. Go for it, man.
Listen, now that you're letting me talk, listen, you're about to rattle off 4 things. Let me respond to the first thing you said. Go one.
I was gonna mention 2, by the way.
Okay, but nonetheless, you said something, so let me respond. You brought up the Civil Rights Act. You said, and you actually butchered it right there. You said that, what did your exact thing was, whatever you just said was completely wrong, because he had one problem with the Civil Rights Act. What was his problem with it? There was one portion of it. What part?
You tell me.
You're on here in front of 4,000 people talking about a man that's in heaven that you made fun of, and
I don't believe heaven exists.
Yes, you did. I have the video of it.
And by the way, me calling him a racist, not making fun of him, it's acknowledging reality, the descriptive facts of reality. I mean, he said when going on a plane that if he sees a black pilot, that he's going to be concerned about whether or not they are qualified just because they're black. He's also referred to people who are black as quote unquote prowling black with an S on the end. Right, so you understand that, like, we can obviously point to plenty of the things that not Donald Trump, that Charlie Kirk has done that's racist, alongside supporting a racist over a non-racist. But go ahead.
Okay, so again, you guys are really funny because I said give 1, you gave 3, but sure, I'll rebuttal all 3. So first off, the Civil Rights Act, you can't even tell me, buddy, what his problem with the Civil Rights Act was. It was Title II. That's his only grievance with the Civil Rights Act. So please stop trying to make him racist because he didn't want businesses to have their personal rights as a business to be infringed upon. He felt like Title II was already addressed in the Constitution. That's all, Parker. You're over here. And by the way, when I said you made fun of him, I'm not referring to you right now calling him racist, which is even worse than what you and Dean did in front of 27,000 people making fun of him. Second thing, the pilot quote, you know this. You know what I'm about to say. He was referring to grievances with DEI, which there's no problem with having a problem with DEI programs, all right? Unlike you racists, me, him, and the vast majority of people believe you should hire somebody based on the content and the merit of their character and that they're the best person for the job. The third thing you said about the prowling blacks, he's referring to things like that poor innocent woman. Isn't that what you brought up? Isn't that what you said? Sweetheart, isn't that what you just said? Don't give me that face. Isn't that what you just said? Wasn't that your third point, or did you just say a different thing?
I was saying that he's referring to black people as a whole, and he's making claims specifically about black people as a whole, which I think are obviously going to be bad. Now, let me address the rest of this. Can I please finish? Can I please finish?
Yeah, sure, because you asked nicely. Go ahead.
Okay. So, one, the claim of they didn't want their businesses' rights to be taken away from, that's literally the same argument that racists made after the fact that the Civil Rights Act was passed, claiming that it was a violation of people's rights, because, again, the idea that people have to provide, right, for people based upon, right, or not, without discriminating against the color of their skin is something I agree with, because if that isn't the case, well, then there would be enough aspects of society, especially at that point in time, where they would be able to restrict people who are black from going into those positions without, or which would limit black people from getting into many different positions of power, institutions that would be relevant towards them getting education. Like, for example, a university would be able to say, oh, we're only accepting white people to this university. That's something that they could do under this particular law if it is the case that you take over the Civil Rights Act, let alone plenty of other businesses would be able to do the exact same thing. Secondly, we can also point to the fact that, one, I didn't do worse than what you were referencing. You claim that I did worse because I said that Charlie Kirk was a racist, but then you just called me racist in my entire chat without giving an explanation as to how. Let me please keep finishing. And then also, the grievances with DEI are not reasons. I allowed you. The grievances with DEI are not reasons to say that if you see a black pilot, that you're going to think that they're not qualified. Okay? That is an atrocious statement to make, especially because many of the DEI programs are to extend interview processes, okay? To ensure that people who are qualified get into these particular positions. And in order to get into a position of a pilot, you have to go through a set of credentials in order to be able to fly a plane in the first place. So they had legitimate qualifications and credentials, yet Charlie Kirk is saying that they don't and that they're unqualified because they're black. That is not because of DEI. That's because he's a racist piece of shit.
No, that's not true. And first off, you know he's not racist based off your encounters. Like, you know he's not. But here's the rebuttal to what you just said about the DEI pilot thing. Listen, buddy. So first off, when United Airlines and Delta Airlines and Costco and Pepsi and Coke and Johnson & Johnson and 100 other companies come out and say, hey, including the exact airline you're talking about, say, hey, we're going to hire 50% of our hiring class is going to be women or people of color, and that is their aim to do that, they are now adding race as a factor in their hiring process. And what happens is, if you Google, does DEI lower standards for the hiring process, Google's going to tell you no. But what the problem for you and your side is there's hundreds of lawsuits that have come about from stuff like this, where the people ended up winning for reverse discrimination because of DEI. Duval versus Novant Health, Herrera versus New York City, Ames versus Ohio Department of Youth Services, Woodward versus...
Repeat them so I can write them down. You said
Duval versus Nuvant Health Inc. They awarded the plaintiff $10 million for reverse discrimination.
This isn't even in pilots or planes. So would you like to give us one reference to the planes?
I'm sure, absolutely. When I post this video, I will have the link of a one. No, listen.
No, I asked you, do you have any off the top of your head, right, specifically that relate to the pilots? Because we're talking about flying a plane. So again, I just want to clarify.
Well, one could fathom that if it's happening in every other area. Excuse me, I let you talk.
Okay,
calm down.
Go ahead.
It's okay. Listen, you made fun of a deceased man, so you should be more worried about trying to, clear that up with the internet
such a little snowflake.
than this. Okay. Well, I disagree, and I think
because again, I called him a racist piece of shit. That's true. Okay,
but he's on video.
You called me a racist. Okay, so you did the very same thing. I'm not a racist.
But I have proof you're racist.
This is stupid. That's so stupid. Now I'm going to respond to your point because it was ridiculous.
You're such a coward, buddy.
No, I'm not. Let me respond.
No,
you're just going to make a million different. Okay, finish your claims and then let me respond, please. Jesus Christ.
Well, I want to, because when I came in here, I said, "Don't use the Lord's name in vain, young man." But first off,
Jesus fucking Christ, cry about it, you snowflake.
Well, good luck with that for eternity, buddy.
I will. Listen, I'll be fine. I'll be fine because Christianity is not real.
Okay, well, I think God's real, so.
Okay,
but just so you know,
think that, but you have no evidence.
Well, I'm sorry. I know God's real. I do have evidence.
You have no evidence. We can talk about that in a second.
I have evidence. But listen,
talk about that in a second.
Parker, calm down. I want this nation to come together.
Totally calm.
Like, listen, Dean Withers made fun of my brother in Christ, Charlie Kirk, right? He made fun of me, said so many mean things, right? And I see a video of Dean almost having like a heart attack on stream. You know what I did? Unlike you guys, I prayed for him. I really, truth from the bottom of my heart, I was like, oh my God, I hope this kid's okay. Even though he clearly hates me, hates Charlie Kirk. But like, that's where we differ.
Can I go back to the rest of the points you were making?
No, so you brought up 3 points. I said bring up 1, you brought up 3, and now you're veering all over the place. So I want to go back to the
wait, I've written down more than 3 points that you just made. I've written down more than 3 points that I've written down more than 3 points that you did. You made more than 3 points right there. Can I respond?
Listen, my friend, listen. Take a deep breath.
I've taken deep breaths. You're the one that's not letting me speak. No, I'll just mute you until you do it if you won't let me respond, okay? This is ridiculous, okay? Can I please? Oh my God, this guy's so annoying.
Parker, the best way to have a convo is like this. I say, hey, Parker, give me one example why he's racist. You say the pilot quote. Then let me respond to the pilot quote. But instead, you said 3 other things. So I feel like
I'm able to respond. You've done that. You just did that. You just said like 5 different things. I haven't had the ability to respond.
So all I want to say is back
dishonest. You're so dishonest.
Well, that's not true. It's recorded, my friend. I want to go back to you like
Trayvon. All see that you just said like 4 different things and you're not letting me respond.
Who would have thought that the people in your live and your...
Okay, I'm going to respond. Please stop talking. If you don't, I'll just kick you. This is ridiculous. All right. I will literally disconnect you and you can hop back in the box and I'll add you back up once I am done speaking. So please stop talking. Okay?
I won then. Kick me.
No, you didn't. I just said that you can hop back in the box and I'll add you back up. Just let me finish speaking.
Well, okay, you go ahead, but don't be afraid to let me talk.
I will, but you're not letting me talk right now. Okay?
Go ahead. Buddy.
So by the way, hiring people for being a pilot, right, does not mean that they aren't qualified because you have to meet the qualifications to get a license to fly in the very first place. You have to go to school to specifically be able to get a license to fly. You have to meet a set of qualifications and criteria to be able to fly. So them being a woman or them being a person of color does not mean that they are not qualified, because they had to meet the necessary qualifications to be able to get in that position in the very first place. So it's dishonest for you to act like DEI in the manner in which it was set up and made it so that people were unqualified to fly planes when they were pilots, because you just do not understand the process of what it takes to be able to fly a plane in the first place.
Oh, you just wanted to say something you said already. Okay, I didn't realize you were just going to repeat yourself. Well, the response to that is, again, hundreds, if not thousands of court cases, whether it's with the pilot, I guarantee you can find one. I guarantee you can find one. Let me talk. I just let you talk. Excuse me, Piggy. Listen. So
that was embarrassing that you just said that.
If not thousands of...
You just said that you don't insult, but you just did that, by the way.
You just muted, and you just muted. But you said insults first, and I said one joke, so you can simmer down a little bit. And I'll tell you what,
I called you a snowflake because you're crying on my stream.
Stoop down to your level. I'll be like Charlie Kirk to you, like he was sweet with you and nice and treating you like...
He was not sweet with me. He called me deranged.
Well, you were free. You were a little...
I wasn't.
Now, this is not an insult. I'm just speaking the truth. You were a little... crazy when you talk.
You see what I mean? You see how you just you justify insulting me, but then you literally cry about it whenever I insult you. Calling me deranged is an insult.
Well, you were going crazy on him.
I wasn't going crazy. Calling me deranged is an insult.
Yeah, I take it as a compliment. But listen, my rebuttal to your pilot thing is this. Two things. One, if we have hundreds, if not thousands, of court cases where the jury awarded people $26 million, $500,000, this and that, of a crazy amount of money where they voted in favor for them, okay, that a less qualified person was hired, then you could suffice that it could happen with the pilot, which I'm sure we'll find a pilot case. I'm definitely going to do that for you. But that's just the truth. And here's the other thing, and then you can respond, brother, is this. I, Charlie Kirk, and the majority of people agree that you shouldn't hire people based off the color of their skin. You do. That's it. It's nothing crazy. That's it.
Okay, so the issue here is that historically speaking, people have not been able to get in positions of power based upon the fact that they specifically have a particular race. They didn't get opportunities because of the fact that they have a particular race, because of systemic discrimination that exists. Now, if you want to talk about the hiring people based on skin color, you're not referencing the fact that this also referenced women. So it's not specifically just quote-unquote people of color, it's also literally women as well. So
I agree.
I'm confused. I'm confused why you're trying to bring this up. Did he say this every single time you saw a woman that was a pilot? Can you name one time he said this about a woman?
I agree with both things you just said. DEI is not just to people of color and whatever, right? But here's the thing. First off,
I asked you a question. Would you like to respond to it? Name me one time he said this about a woman who was a pilot.
You said two, but that's not how combos work. You don't control what I say, right? I'm a human being. I'm allowed to do what I want.
I asked you a question. You don't want to respond. Are you a coward? Coward, you can't respond to my question.
I'm a lot of things. But listen.
Of course, like a coward.
One would fathom you're a coward because you keep muting.
You're the one that won't respond to my question. That's why I'm muting you.
But because you said two things that were essentially needed to be responded to prior to that question. And now when you do stuff like this, I lose my train of thought. I'm trying to have a convo.
What were the two
things? So
first
thing, and I agree with you. The first thing was you brought up, people of color couldn't get jobs because of racism and discrimination and imbalances of power and this and that. Well, guess what? Hear me out. Let's see where this goes, Parker, big guy. I agree with you, but my question to you is this, though. How long did DEI and affirmative action and other policies like that need to be in place before you felt like it was balanced out? We have other things to talk about, but that's my question to you now. How long? If I say I agree with you, right? Okay, after racism was ended by the Civil Rights Act, and then every 8 to 10 years they implemented another piece of legislation to help fight against it. My question to you is, how long? Because we had DEI and affirmative action for 20 plus years, probably closer to 30. So how long until it's not balanced out? Forever? Is that what you want?
So affirmative action was shot down by the Supreme Court. If we're talking about DEI, it depends on the type of industry that you're referencing, or for the particular businesses. These are particular businesses that choose to engage in this. I don't think racism was ended. I think that it still affects people to this day. So obviously in positions of power such as the position... Can I please finish without you cutting me off, you coward?
Listen, I'm not trying to be rude. It's an honest question to you because you just said a point, though.
And honestly, I couldn't hear you because you were cutting me off. An honest question shouldn't be. You can remember your honest question and then ask it when I'm done speaking.
No, I can't. I have a bad brain.
Sorry.
I really do.
Listen, I'm sorry.
Listen. I'm not trying. If you want to keep going, but
he's such a child.
It's unbelievable. Excuse me. It's an honest question.
An honest question should be able to be asked once I'm finished done speaking. You wouldn't let me ask.
All right, you go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You wouldn't let me ask a question in the middle of your statement.
No, go ahead.
You'd fucking cry and you'd complain like the little baby you are.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Jesus Christ, dude. I can't even get a damn fucking statement out before you cut me off.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, again, if you want to ensure that it's balanced out, how about you look at the past multiple hundreds of years of slavery and Jim Crow and segregation that existed, in which literally we'd have to balance it out in order to be able to meet that particular criteria. So if you want to talk about balancing it out, if you want to ensure that, well, then it could be hundreds of years and it would be justified under your worldview because of the level of systemic discrimination that's existed in the context of our country for that long. Secondly, I want to re-ask the question that you never answered. Name one time that Charlie Kirk said that a woman was unqualified, or if you saw a woman as the pilot, that he would assume that they're unqualified because they're a woman. Because again, the same hiring practice you brought up included women.
He did bring that up. He did actually. He was talking about, you know how you guys, just like I'm answering you. But my first off, so you don't forget, my question to you is, when did they end affirmative action? Because it wasn't until 2023 for college admissions and this year for business. So, and your answer to my question was hundreds of years. Disagree. Couldn't have disagreed harder, Parker. Completely disagree. But to answer your question, Charlie Kirk brought up how there was 3 black women that were DEI hires, and then you guys tried to spin that, and everybody's trying to spin it as, oh, he said black women lack the brain capacity or whatever. That's literally, I'm answering your question right now. He did call out some women for being affirmative action hires, in which one of them completely agreed with him on camera and said she was only got her job because of affirmative action. Everything I say is linked. Public discourse, episode 40 on my YouTube. Every bullet point about Charlie that you guys try and spew with your sick lies about a great American hero. It's all right there for you. So did that answer your question? He did bring up women.
No, because he didn't go on a plane and say because he saw a woman in that position that he's going to assume that she's unqualified. Okay? One, that's not something that's justified based upon DEI because, again, it requires qualifications in order to become a pilot in the first place. Two, it was not the conditions in which I asked you for, right? You didn't actually provide that. If you'd like to respond to that, go for it.
Yeah, so I stand by what I just said, that they can hire, because there's all these court cases that, sure, man, I'll message you even. I'll give you all of them. It's not that hard to look up. Thousands of court cases where a less qualified person got the job over someone else.
That's not what I asked you for. I'm going to repeat my question one more time because apparently you have an issue with listening.
I'm telling you, it's plausible for the pilot.
You have an issue with listening. He has an issue with active listening.
Well, I feel like you have
a specific question and you're purposefully not engaging with my question.
Wishing death on those that you disagree with.
I didn't wish death. I never did.
You're right. You didn't wish death on.
That's dishonest. That is so dishonest for you to say that I wish death when I never did that. That's so dishonest. I'm sorry. That is so dishonest. Can you acknowledge that's dishonest, especially when your side called for the execution of some Democrats?
Well, on that point, first off, you didn't wish death on anybody. I take that back, but you made fun of a deceased man. It's almost just as bad.
Wait, when you say made fun, I called him a racist. You just called me a racist.
People, excuse me.
No, excuse me. Respond to my points. You never do.
I'm trying to right now, but you muted me. I want to respond. You said, your side wished death on Democrats. What do you mean by that? Could you elaborate, please?
Yeah, Donald Trump himself reposted someone saying HANG them, George Washington would. He said that seditious behavior was punishable by death and said that they engaged in seditious behavior themselves for calling for people who are service members to not follow unlawful orders.
Yeah, so the response to that is the seditious behavior that they were doing with him saying, and you just said it correctly there, him saying it's punishable by death is true. That's a fact. It's punishable by death, the act of sedition. Him retweeting somebody that said George Washington would hang them. Let me ask you, do you think George Washington would hang somebody if they did a seditious act?
No. It wasn't just that George Washington would say that. It's that they said to do so. They said HANG them, George Washington would.
Sorry, I talked to Dean about this. He showed me the tweet.
Can I please finish speaking without you cutting me off?
Well,
I'm trying to speak.
Go ahead.
But
go ahead, buddy.
You cut me off like every single time I speak.
Fake news.
But then complain every single time. No, it's not fake news.
Go
you
ahead.
can watch the video that you're recording right now.
Stop talking about it and say your point. Go.
Because you're cutting me off.
Go ahead, buddy.
So they said HANG them, George Washington would. Did you just get a flag for her? Do you have a second account?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll see you another time. Honest man, honestly, good luck out there. I'll see you another time.
What's your second account? I'll talk to you right now. Let's finish the conversation. If you're scared, you'll run away.
Well, I want all my donations to come into this one, so I get my $5.
That's
I'm not scared of you.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Well, wait, can I just respond, or do you have to kick me?
Can I respond? It's a TikTok flag.
Can I come back up? Can I come back?
I just told you can come back up on another account, but you said you didn't want to do so because you wanted your $5 little. Jesus Christ, dude. So he said the repo